We are talking about Witchcraft 5. The Dance of Death. Or something. Is it the Dance of Death?
Dance with the Devil.
Dance with the Devil.
The 6th day of the 6th month of the 6th year since I last appeared. No one can break the cycle.
On the 3rd month of the 7th day and the 6th minute since we started this, Chris. Why are you rubbing your nipples?
Seriously?
I wasn't until you said that.
You have a fucking witchcraft shirt?
I got a motherfucking witchcraft shirt up in here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Cain is an agent of Satan. He uses the cover of stage magic to collect souls.
And I like rock and roll.
William is a warlock who comes under Cain's power.
I'm coming from his power.
Which somehow results in lots and lots of hot, steamy sex.
Oh, yeah.
You thought
Daddy
Chris's
likes.
browser history was something. Make room for this perverted garbage as we descend into the soft, cool world of Witchcraft 5. Dance with the devil.
Devil.
The tagline for this film was, "This time the devil wants more than just your soul."
You want your titties.
I was swallowed. it's funny because it's true.
Just like this movie, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Lindsay, what did you think?
I mean, I could at least follow along what was happening in this fucking movie.
Big fan.
I couldn't see everything, but you could see everything in some scenes. But I mean, it's a lot better than some of the other shitty ones we watched.
Rebecca, what did you think?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy this movie. I didn't understand the need for the Skinamax scenes at all. Like, all of a sudden they gotta take a shower in the basement, and
That's where
in their dungeon.
Dude, when you get dirty, you take a shower. AJ.
You know how I feel about these witchcraft movies? They just seem to get better and better as we go on. And I was really hoping for a payphone scene or getting a kid off of a
That's
crime
the next one. He
storyline.
slaps around in the payphone.
You know, we didn't have those classic witchcraft moments.
Nope.
But I really felt like the sex scenes really made up for that. You know, like, it was pretty hot. It was pretty hot.
Oh my God, AJ.
Not gonna lie.
Oh my God.
Spiv, what'd you think?
This movie was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's my favorite one so far, to be honest. Solely due to
ever
Cain.
all the movies.
Out of all of them. Yeah.
He was hamming it up really well.
Cain hammed it up so much
he did.
that he just made it amazing, and I couldn't wait for his next scene.
It's Aaron, what'd you think?
I'm a heterosexual male who happens to really like boobies. But the problem with this movie is the boobies. It's just, it doesn't need
much?
that many boobies.
Too much?
I loved Cain. Cain was great. I was like, holy shit, I'm actually liking a witchcraft movie. This is great. And then there just wasn't enough of him. There's too much of this other bullshit.
So, overall, probably one of the best witchcraft movies I think we're going to get. Because
It's sad, but it's true.
I think it's kind of the best of both worlds of the series, meaning it's the terrible storyline and cheesy shit, but also the soft coreness starting to come in, and like almost the perfect combination. So this escort says it's going to be $50.
Is that a good price? I
In
have no idea.
1993?
I mean, with inflation?
I mean, what
No.
city are they in? Detroit?
Oh, you're talking about dickflation.
That'd be like...
That's what that's called.
Some
So
good shit, though.
she happens to find what she assumes is a sword worth thousands of dollars. It's bedazzled. It's beautiful. And this is really gonna.
Pretty sweet. Look at that.
That's the shittiest sword I've ever seen in my life.
Beautiful.
That is
It's like a
terrible.
prop
They're not
sword
even
for a high
glued
school
on
play.
properly.
Dude, that's a high school play prop sword.
Yeah, it
you're
is.
right. I don't know, but I gotta say about Billy. Billy's a player because he's got all kinds of women in every movie all the time.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
at least,
it's that
I
witchcraft,
mean,
man. It's a
the
magic.
guy playing that character in this one isn't that great, but he at least has a pulse.
I mean, he's a lot
How dare you?
It's a big improvement.
I don't know.
over
But he
the-
doesn't like.
fell in love with
I
that
like.
monocratic acting.
Yeah, I like football
The
and.
monotone. He
So-
cared about people, not the money.
It all turns out that this evil warlock is running a magic show in a strip club where he's just stealing people's souls, and he's planning on opening the gates of hell here in this strip club.
Did anyone else think Kane looked like Dio? I thought he
A
looked
little
like
bit.
Exactly. That's why I
Yeah.
like. That's why I watched it. That's I think why I liked it.
Yeah, I wrote down Kane looks like Dio as well.
Mhm.
He was like a rainbow in the dark, honestly.
He was a plus. He was a plus, wasn't he?
Oh man.
He was what?
He was a plus for this movie.
Oh, he saved this
Kane?
movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best part.
Kane realizes that Billy is a warlock. He's like
Uh-huh.
this tool that he can use to help him gather souls and collect debts because he's such a powerful warlock.
However, the
important.
preacher, who is newly possessed by another demon thing,
Mm-hmm.
figures it out and uses his psychic lady to create a circle that can control Billy so he's not under the influence.
You skipped the whole part where the lady's blowing him right next to his girlfriend.
That's what I
Yeah.
want to talk about.
That scene was just
That is
ridiculous.
some magic.
How
That
heavy
scene
of a
was pretty
sleeper
hot.
is his girlfriend?
Some
Jesus.
magic.
I thought maybe she was put under some kind of
Had
spell,
to
but
have
then
been.
she was
Had
like
to have
rolling
been.
and
Leads to one of my favorite scenes of the movie. This one has audio. Let's check it out.
Stop! In the name of Abraham, don't dance with the devil.
I don't know, it was a perfect.
I want to
couple
talk
pieces.
about the shower in the basement
Jesus.
because I
Is
think
it-
it's so interesting.
Number one,
You don't
is
have
it-
a
basement shower?
in the basement.
Is it a
It is.
shower?
No,
Or
it
did
was
he
a
just,
busted pipe.
He just broke
Exactly.
the pipe, right? Yeah.
I don't think it was a busted pipe.
Which means that water is really
Oh,
cold.
he was
I
busted.
Except
think
for
it
it's
was
actually a
like-
sewer. It's a sewer pipe.
yeah.
He was laying pipe.
Yeah.
But this whole preacher seducing his assistant and having multiple sex scenes with her is literally
dark.
just put in the movie just
Yes.
Well, it's
for
because
Skinamax.
the demon thing, the spirit.
I know, it shows
infected
his
the
change.
Preacher.
Yeah,
but
but
like-
it shows the erotic elements to the magic. It's all connected.
You're a pervert.
It's
I wrote
erotic
down.
art, Chris.
I wrote down. Fuck you, Derek. I don't know why.
There he is. Here it is. Look at this. Look at these scenes. Oh, look at that. That
I think
looks
it's like
great.
amoeba
That
here,
looks
yeah.
great.
Give me your
Pee on
amoeba.
it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is that the scene
I
where
was
everybody
actually
starts
watching
dropping
that.
over too?
Holy dive.
Billy uses his magic sword to cut off the demon
this fight.
warlock's
Dio
head.
gets decapitated.
Must take him
Dio
days.
gets
to do that.
decapitated. You can't really see any of it because it's so goddamn
Oh,
dark.
look at that. Do you see the ghost
Yeah.
come out of him?
But I saw that ghost sneak out of there.
That was the best part.
Oh, it was like 3 frames
It's
of
setting
amazing.
up the
How did you not like
sequel.
this movie? That was badass.
Tonight, we are diving back into the most acclaimed series that we've ever done on the Bad Movie Night Show.
Nope.
And that is, of course, Witchcraft 6.
The devil's
Mistress.
A serial killer targets young women. 2 detectives are on the case. They enlist Spanner to
I'm a
help
detective.
them with the occult angles.
I like football.
I like that angle.
Will Spanner unlock his once dominant powers?
No.
I have powers?
Can one really have comfortable sex in a claw bathtub?
No.
Fuck no.
Find this out.
My sciatica.
And many other questions in Witchcraft 666, The Devil's Mistress.
Holy fuck.
He's back, everybody. He's back.
AJ, your moment has come. What did you think of Witchcraft 6? 6-6.
We continue the series. It was an exciting thrill ride. I was impressed with the acting and the direction. A lot more naked stuff happening, which was a little bit of a surprise, right? Like we didn't expect that, so that was
It ramped up quickly, yeah.
yeah. It was
And it
okay.
ramped it.
We'll talk about this
Lindsay,
movie
what
for
did
at
you
least
think?
10 minutes.
I agree. Some of the character stuff was really good. They're starting to introduce some humor into the series with this one. Yeah, where they're interviewing all the psychics, that was very funny.
That was funny.
The one was like, she's got huge nipples. But for a movie that was only an hour and 20 some minutes, it drug a little bit at times. There's a lot of boobies, a lot of thrusting. I was very disappointed that, we had a lot of female nudity, but very little male nudity. And I would have appreciated a little more male nudity in this.
Okay. Rebecca, what'd you think?
Yeah, I like the interaction between the two detectives. I thought they were pretty good. But I don't know. It kind of felt like the same plot over again. We need the sacrifices.
Whoa.
Let's just add some boobs to the sacrifices, and then
Okay. Spiv.
Yeah, I think this was equally as good as number 5, and Lutz and Garner were very entertaining. I wish they were the main characters, and they just forgot about Will Spanner. We can only hope for number 7.
Aaron, what'd you think?
I have no idea what this movie was about. I've completely forgotten everything about it. I've erased it from my memory, and I don't really want to talk about it.
Wow. Not a fan.
No, this is awful.
I think
the last one was much better.
So I will say this: I think this movie is competently made for the most part.
Yeah.
But I fucking hated it.
Can you explain what the plot is for this?
She's a liquor.
No.
Listeners.
I can.
All right.
Okay.
Go
Let
ahead.
Lindsay do it.
I want to hear this.
Should I just play He's Doing His Mommy? Do you want me to play that?
No, it's these two cops are investigating this serial killer where young women are killed, and each of them is wearing a cross necklace, and they have a pentagram somewhere on their body.
Usually near their crotch.
Yes, that was
Inner
such a great
thigh.
scene where they're like, look at this, and they're just digging in that lady's crotch, and she's got a lace still. That was a very unnerving scene. I hope she got paid extra. But yeah,
You think she got paid?
they're taking these girls to be a sacrifice.
Yes.
But they need to be
Got stuff for
virgins.
real.
But they're just guessing if these people are virgins.
I
They're
know,
not
it's not a very good
doing
system.
their
They're not
due
very
diligence.
good at it.
It's is it that hard to find a fucking virgin? But then they take these women to a defunct water fountain in a rose garden somewhere and try
top of a
to
mountain?
impregnate them with
They do
Satan's
some-
child.
They have to go to the highest
was pretty
point,
cool,
so they're the
though.
closest to the eclipse as
That's
possible.
that's right.
Yeah, what
I
happened?
love those scenes. The special effects were cool, where they're he's putting his hand over the skin, and it starts to form.
that was cool.
Yeah, I was like,
Pentagramming.
man,
That was really
this is a
cool. I thought
step
this might
up.
be good. Yeah.
Look at that.
I did like
It
the
was
belly
good.
button action.
He's got a spider
Look at
run
that.
and everything.
He's got the
That's
crack
where the
fingers.
money went, guys. Right there.
Yeah, I don't
So
know what
cool.
was going on. It didn't make any sense.
He was impregnating them with Satan's child.
Yes.
But if they weren't a virgin, it wasn't gonna
It wasn't gonna
It
work.
make
doesn't
him
stick, and then they
powerful
die.
anymore.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
This lady
Oh
is
my
the
god!
virgin they've been seeking.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm a good girl. I don't even drink, but here's my taint.
She invites this
Just
guy.
Whoa.
When she's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you want to come back to my house? Oh, you want to hang out on my kitchen floor? Okay.
They're
Is that how it
inside.
works?
They're inside, and he's starting to get fresh, and she's like, "Oh, what's your name again?"
Did you just say it's starting to get fresh? What do you
That's the technical term.
Dude, that's what they said back in the
the
40s.
1940s? But they had some creative shots. The
There's a lot
bathtub
of
scene.
The
there's a lot
bathtub
of point of
scene.
view scenes. Yeah.
Let's talk about the bathtub scene.
Yeah, I hate this. What?
Ugh.
Oh, Riker.
Why
Now,
would?
Why
Why
is the water so milky?
Why am I getting into a milky bathtub, a dirty milky bathtub with another
Because
person?
there's a
Well,
hot chick in it.
I don't care.
see.
That is so not attractive.
She's
We gotta
filthy.
talk about what is everyone's thoughts on claw bathtubs?
I used to have one.
Aaron just fell into us. I think clawed bathtubs. Aaron fell in his claw bathtub.
What happened?
I kicked my keyboard tray. I forgot about it.
You gotta be
Came
careful
back
in
and-
those things, man. They're slippery.
Well, then why don't I just take a bath in my daily Aveeno moisturizing liquid?
Ew.
Just
You're gonna need a lot
submerge
more.
me into
Why
that.
do you have that by your desk?
Sponsors.
No reason.
Don't worry about it.
And I have
Sure,
one for my
sure.
face,
Hey,
too.
backpedal that.
You gotta have
I
moisturized
got
hands.
men's lotion here. That one I used to
He's
jerk
got a
off with.
whole. He's got a whole.
How many
closet of
lotions
stuff.
do you have there?
I liked that woman that goes in to seduce him because there's a sequence where they just do a simple reverse shot, over the shoulders. Just simple filmmaking technique when you're doing dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they frame her with her reverse, it's her titty.
I didn't pick up on that, but yep.
Look at this scene. This scene where it leads into is ridiculous.
The scene where they're having sex on the
montage?
desk, but it's like super fast.
Yeah, look at this. That is the magic of the edit, people.
No, that's called
No,
lovemaking.
that's just how it is.
The belly
Look at
button
that.
action was cool.
That's cool.
That's
Cool.
And then
There
God
it is.
smites him with the electric.
Look at that
And
punch.
punches him.
lasers.
Oh, did you see that? It was the eclipse that was behind the moon laser.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
eclipse
Turns
moon
into a
lasers.
Smurf.
Yeah, what does he turn blue?
And then he gets disappeared.
That was some nice hand-drawn lasers, though, compared to the last couple movies, where they just kind of like
True.
did this quickly. Like someone took their time and did that frame by frame.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Cast.
You can watch a
You're
movie and get
actively
aroused
seeking this
without
out.
jerking off to it. Just saying. People do function that way in the real world. Just saying.
Well, they don't go through lotion like I do. I'll tell you that. Spiv, did your wife watch this?
They're
Yes,
not
she
witchcraft
did.
experts.
Did she like it?
No.
You made your wife watch this?
Why do you
She
make your wife watch
watches
this?
all our movies.
What is wrong?
Ah, that's so
We
mean.
have a very strong relationship.
You
Aaron.
do. You must.
Sounds like abusive.
Make her watch this stuff.
You're gonna watch it.
Do you just put it on and she comes in, or you're like, honey, we're watching Witchcraft 666 tonight?
And then she goes, ugh. And then she usually just puts us on her computer the whole time.
Oh, okay. So she's doing other stuff. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm picturing him
that's
putting
at
her
least-
in like a cage.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You will watch this.
Woman, you're gonna
puts her-
watch that movie.
He draws her a nice milky bath. Aaron, would you recommend this?
should we pause the movie?
I don't want to hear about this. This is too real life right now. And tonight, we are diving back into the scariest franchise of all time, and that is, of course, Witchcraft. With Witchcraft 7. Something. I forget
Judgment
what it was.
Hour.
Judgment Hour.
Starring Playboy Playmate Alyssa Christensen.
Was the Playboy Playmate the only one that didn't get naked?
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. Yes.
When sexy vampires are turned loose on the streets. One lawyer stands in their way. This time he's teaming up with Detective Garner and Lutz.
I'm a woman in this now.
Will he bring down the corporate vampire overlords?
Why are you even here?
Or will he find himself disbarred in the process?
Disbarred or disemboweled?
Find out in the 1995 Witchcraft classic, Judgment Hour.
All right. So today we are talking about Witchcraft 7.
How did you go to my work?
Yes. Oh man, so this movie was filmed in one
That's
location
true.
apparently. 2118 South Harvard Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. So it was filmed here, this house.
Yes, that's it. That's a cool house.
That's the Witchcraft house.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sold last month for $1.8 million.
Boy, how are they gonna make more?
Well, they made
I
Witchcraft.
love
there.
that
It's worth a
high
lot.
quality fence to go along with that too. Yeah.
Lindsay, what did you think?
This one was just a lot more nudity, and it was mainly just figuring out what scenes we can put in between the sex scenes. That's pretty much what this film
Turns out you just
consisted
put
of.
more sex scenes between them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all you gotta do.
Big fan. AJ, what'd you think?
This possibly might be the craziest witchcraft film we have ever seen. Like, there is a lot of stuff happening in this. Yet. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's the craziest.
Spiv, what did you think?
Yeah, I think this was like a 10-minute movie that they stretched out to an hour and a half by having all the sex.
I think it's more they jerked it out. Rebecca, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting movie. I mean, so much is happening.
So much.
I mean, I wrote down, I had to pause it at one point, and I was only 12 minutes in, and at that point there had been
so much.
Whose
milk
breasts are
play,
these?
a vampire, a kid hit by a drunk driver, a dead roommate, an escape con, lots of naked ladies, police light porn. That was 12 minutes in.
I think
to get a rating,
introducing an element into each sex scene, the gimmick for each sex scene,
They did do
was
that.
innovative.
Okay. No, they did
because you
do
had
that.
the milk, you had the tie, you had the blue light, and then you had love in one of them. Aaron,
Rebecca, do you remember where you are right now?
I'm having flashbacks.
What? I don't want to talk about this shit show. What are you talking
Let's talk about? What did you think?
It was awful, but it was the best one yet.
Witchcraft 6 was a disaster. No one's here to deny that. I mean, everyone here is. I mean, AJ, I think, liked it because he's a weirdo. Witchcraft 6 was awful. And it was a turning point in my life, and I thought about canceling the entire podcast, if you recall. I listened to that episode today. It was the most depressing episode of all time. And... man,
And here we are.
You're back on the Witchcraft wagon, aren't you?
I thought I was gone, but they just pulled me back in because Witchcraft 7 is amazing. It's the best Witchcraft movie, guys.
It's fucking alright.
That was the first thing that struck me fucked up about this movie is how awful the sound design was.
The Foley was terrible.
It is Witchcraft.
Struck me.
What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Struck me fucked up right now.
What? Say that again? That don't struck me fucked up. What?
Sorry, that was my Midwestern coming
That's
out there for a
amazing.
second.
Can we talk about the first scene?
Well, the first scene is the milk scene, right?
Oh,
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
movie.
Is that?
Defines the movie.
So, I mean, they experimented with this in Witchcraft 6, the milk play, and I
Yeah.
think it's the same writer, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same.
All right,
It's a
but
lot
is
of the
this
same
traditional
people.
milk play? I thought that involved more like breast, like feeding
Well,
stuff.
it's-
We're not going to
It's
go too deep
definitely-
into that, Aaron. This is
Okay,
bullshit.
I don't necessarily want to.
It's definitely a kink this guy has, where he
It's weird.
puts milk on this woman.
This was
And
amazing.
I don't thought about how sticky it would be.
What part of the body am I looking at there? What part of the body was that?
That was
Do you
That
think
should
her,
have been
it's,
censored. I
between
think.
her
Yeah.
boobies and her navel. It was
Now.
her ribcage.
Yeah.
Interesting.
nips? I didn't see
Interesting note.
They were they're
They were
pointing
off.
this way.
So that's
even remember
how the
that
movie
scene.
starts. Lady, interested in milk, gets bitten by a vampire, taken to the hospital where
Yeah.
Will Spanner just happens to be. And that's his introduction to the movie.
Very real.
This is the scene where we introduce the two cops, and Lutz, my favorite cop, shows her gimmick, which is smoke rings,
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
so
very
weird.
skillful.
She's
Which
so
is-
cool.
which she does multiple times throughout this movie, which is great.
It's her character, Chris.
I started watching this movie Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. Like I had mowed and stuff, and I came in. I was like, I showered. I laid on the bed. And I was like, I'm half naked. I'm ready for a witchcraft. Oh wow! I wasn't half naked. I just showered though, but I felt like clean and I was ready to go. So I laid in bed and I put this thing on my phone. And I fucking fell asleep at how long this goddamn siren sex scene thing
Oh my god.
goes on for like
So
5 minutes.
bad.
So
You think we were like
bizarre.
Rob a
You think
Kmart or
we're
something? I
making
don't get it.
waves with the milk scene, but no, we got a siren sex
Blue
scene.
I was
light
like-
over, and then the lights go off, so we just
Well-
get the blue
Well,
flash.
okay.
Clearly.
Maybe each little prop, I guess you would call it,
Sure,
is
sure,
like
sure.
a symbol for the people that are doing it, because the just hear me out. Because the vampire has the milk, and that's nourishing. He's gonna suck her blood. And this guy, he's a wanted criminal, so he's got the cop flashing lights.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
And then
That's what they
with
do.
Will
Is this really
Spanner,
that dumb?
he's got a tie because he's a lawyer and he's always wearing a tie.
Oh my
They
god,
just-
I didn't
they-
pick up on
they
any of
literally
that.
foreshadow what's going to happen later
code.
after the scene. Yeah.
Well, then we
So-
go back to the hospital.
You got the hospital where Will Spanner gets
Milk
slapped
girl.
because the lady is not dead. She comes back.
Quite a
This is
scene.
the
Quite a scene.
the woman who is bitten at the party has now become a vampire. wrecks everyone at the hospital. This jogging scene, I thought was actually really interesting because it was like some weird ass.
You liked the hospital gown.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
what if a girl was in a hospital gown, but they were jogging? Like I was out jogging, and some girl came up, so I was watching her. And, like, it's just the weirdest thing. It feels very personal to like the creators of this film.
Yeah.
And it worked for me. I'm not gonna lie. The whole thing, like, just great.
She has a very nice butt. She does.
Yeah. I mean, might as well capture it on film. I like how this guy just follows her. I like how this guy just follows her up this hill.
Right?
Like,
He was
into the woods,
hypnotized. He was hypnotized by her butt.
Vampire power.
This is this is like my favorite scene in the movie. The editing is such a mess. You can't tell what happens, but when you go back and watch it like 3 times, like I did, you realize the main cop hurt his dick on the fence and has to go the other way.
Oh, it's so
He
good
tries
too.
to hop over and go.
That's not his. Is that his first time he hurts his dick? There's a
No,
bunch of
because
times
she
he does
grabs
There's
it.
a bunch of
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
This editing, like, it's confusing who's
It's
jumping
so
where and what's
close.
going
Yeah.
on. Like there, he's like, oh
There
my
it is. And he
Well,
tripped and
before
fell.
that, the cops discover this woman, and Will Spanner has an epic showdown.
Look, I couldn't help it. I had to kill her.
It's okay, Spanner. Saved my ass. I owe you one. Look, we'll say that she tripped and fell on a stick when we were in pursuit. Go on, get out of here.
You know I could get disbarred for doing this.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it, all right? Just get out of here.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, but then
Classic cover-up.
but then they tell their superior that he was there.
No, and then he's yelling in
We're
the
gonna
police
just keep it
station
to
about how he
ourselves.
murdered her.
I wrote down that the
stupid.
scene was
What
called
was her
jerking
name?
off at a grave, so I guess you guys interpreted this differently than I did.
I think it's some of the best acting I've ever seen.
His
Throw
hair.
up.
So what happens why does he wipe shit on his face?
I don't know.
Is that the guy who played Barkley on Star Trek?
But it's just
I
like,
wish.
what are you doing?
Look at there it is. There it is. Where'd that come from? What is
That's
that?
shit. He shit in
That's
his
what I'm
hands and
saying.
rubbed it
Did
on
the-
his
I'm
face.
saying he's having a mental break.
Did the filmmaker, did the director tell him to do that, or was that like a character
That
choice?
was
he
just,
just
he got so
that was the
caught
best
up in it,
take.
he had
That was the
to
best
just go for it.
I mean, there was stuff in this movie though for the ladies. At least one scene. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Is that when he just had his boxer shorts?
Oh, there
Okay.
it is.
we,
That's what I was talking about.
I cropped it, but in the actual movie, there's pubes,
No.
which is what every lady demands.
Right? And then the
Witchcraft.
other, yeah, then we get Will Spanner's hairy ass with just his boxers just tugged
Whoa.
down a little bit.
Are you suggesting hairy ass is not attractive?
His head like fell down some random stairs. Like where were
Yeah,
those?
where are those stairs?
Where is that?
It'll
Is it like
look
a
cooler when it
sub-basement?
falls downstairs.
He's like,
Makes no sense
What's
at all.
weird about this whole scene is like, oh shit! At the end of the movie, they're gonna have some fucking epic sword
Yeah,
fighting.
they
scene.
are.
But
Nope.
they don't.
no.
The effect work, like
That was cool.
Look at that fucking animation.
That animation
and then he
was
changes
great.
in bat vision, and then there's times where you
Yes.
see him as a
Oh,
bat.
Oh,
It's
God.
That's like $1 million shit area.
Yeah, that bat special effects where he becomes like the Batman was cool.
Or it's like Party City,
Yeah, quote
$30
unquote.
mask.
Party City. Are you kidding me?
But and even if that doesn't impress you, at least Detective Lutz's like smoking ability throughout the movie, her montage,
Dude, that scene where they're like interrogating her
She's
on
very
like a
aggressive
theater
about it.
stage.
So
Where,
weird.
where are they? They're just like on a theater stage.
they're in the nexus of time.
Yeah,
right?
So the movie culminates in them discovering that there's this meeting going down with these two conglomerates. The one is going to buy something with the blood industry because they're vampire owned. It's a bunch of nonsense. And so the cops show up, start shooting people, and then Will runs in, okay, who's just a lawyer. He's a fucking lawyer. No, this is the epic conclusion of Will Spanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes out
Fucking
fine.
dies.
Get double staked.
He dies. It's crazy.
I did not see that coming. Did you guys see that coming?
No,
The evil vampire still lives, goes back to Will Spanner's girlfriend,
oh shit.
and tries to feed on her, but no. She will not have any of that. She
Oh, you
still
have to take the stake out. Yeah.
She pushes the
Oh,
stake deeper.
this is
no.
awesome. Open window.
And he falls into a weird
Well, he falls
CGI
into the black hole.
Into the pit.
He falls into a
Into the-
Soundgarden music video.
Tonight, we are continuing the epic saga of the Witchcraft series with Witchcraft 8, Salem's Ghost. Spiff, you
don't
missed
know.
the pre-show. AJ
I
went
missed
to
it.
town talking all kinds of shit on the
So
Turkey Hill Corporation.
microplastics.
Yeah, you missed
Turkey
it.
Hill
No, it was about
Corporation.
Turkey Hill ice cream.
Oh
Yeah.
no, what's wrong with
Specifically.
it?
What can you do? You weren't there.
I can
he's
do
upper
lots of
management.
things. You gotta tell me.
It's out
He's
there.
upper
It's
management.
out there in the world with no one to defend
He's
it.
got upper management
I'm,
skills, all right?
I'm 2 people away from the CEO. Come on.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's crazy. A couple more years, who knows?
Just in the
What do you
line of
need, AJ? What do you
succession.
need?
A happy couple moves into a cursed house.
It's old.
I love you.
Little do they know what lies buried beneath.
Should have got the townhouse.
A warlock that will rise from his slumber?
Oh, something's rising.
Will they be able to keep this mortgage afloat? Or will they be forced to sublease for one more?
Or will
Find
their neighbor
out.
destroy the basement?
Find out in the epic continuation of Witchcraft 8, Salem's Ghost.
He's a plumber, and you're not.
The tagline of Fast and the Furious is to keep it in the family. They do that as well in the Witchcraft movies.
They
Just
do.
slightly different in a way.
No,
that
they keep it in the
family.
same house. That's what they do.
He was doing his mommy, okay?
Hey, Lindsay's with me. We're all fine with that.
All right. Salem's Ghost.
Why? Oh, I know why. Aaron, which one of those? They would have fucked everything in that fridge. Rebecca, what did you think? Witchcraft 8, Salem's
So-
Ghost.
I think this is my favorite witchcraft movie. So
Really?
Whoa. Things are getting interesting. Very
Interesting.
Indeed.
It wasn't quite as sex-filled as the last one.
Yeah.
Brought it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought the characters were really interesting. And I thought they were unique and well done. Like they were over the top, but like that the neighbor woman was
Oh,
just
boy.
ridiculous.
Oh my
but
Oh, we'll get to that.
but I liked her. I thought the music was crazy and weird. Yeah, I liked it.
Big fan. Coming around on the Witchcraft series.
Yeah, everyone comes around, right?
Everybody comes around eventually. Everybody comes around.
Okay.
When we're talking about witchcraft. Lindsay, what did you think?
At first, like starting to watch it, I wasn't really engaged. Like it wasn't sucking me in or anything. I'm like, this is just another stupid fucking witchcraft movie. But then more and more characters started getting introduced, and they were there was humor behind them. It was more campy than what we've seen in the previous installments. So I like that aspect of it. I was a little bored a couple times, but I think overall it's definitely not the worst one.
That's high praise. High praise. AJ, what did you think of Witchcraft 8?
I like that we had the house from the movie before, so you kind of had this connection. You already knew kind of the location, which was cool. I like that they brought that back. Yeah, it was cool. It was a different take, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Spiff, what did you think?
Well, Lindsay said she got a little bored at times. I got a lot bored at times and kind of lost track of this movie until it was over.
What?
So, yeah, it did
What?
not grab me. There was not
Really?
a lot of sex in it. There was not a
You
lot
didn't
of...
like that sexy man bod?
They
there
pour
was
honey all over the dirty
horrible,
floor.
dirty
Yeah.
floor scene.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, the whole
get
movie, I
ants.
just, like, nothing happened for, like, an hour.
So you're going to get AIDS from the honey on
Ants.
the
Jesus.
Said ants.
Jesus.
You've been watching a lot of Chuck Norris movies lately. I know you gave that kid.
Walker gave me ants.
Yes.
Walker said I have ants.
In my pants.
Aaron, what'd you think?
I thought this was the best one yet. I really
It's
did.
coming around. He's
It's,
coming
it's,
around.
it's different.
I never thought that would happen.
It's different.
Stockholm
Yes,
syndrome.
it's gross with the kitchen scene. That I never will look at a kitchen the same way.
So,
I just enjoyed this movie. I think it's because the cheese was just cranked up to like 13, and it was fun.
It
I think you
was.
were cranking up to 13 and you were enjoying yourself with all the weird food things that were going on in this movie.
Look, Chris, I've experimented since watching this.
It's good to know. Aaron. You gotta open your mind. Witchcraft 8
Hello, fellow humans.
is a... Man, there's so much to like about it, but I feel like it's really... It's hurt because of the story and the plot and the storytelling. Basically everything. But there are
wow. Okay.
there's no conflict for at least an hour
No,
of
that
this
was
movie.
yeah.
There's a bunch of threads and things they open in this movie that never go anywhere. He's supposed to be a sexy professor.
He's
that's
he's
fair.
not a sexy dude.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's like an
He's-
accountant.
I'll give him this. You know, he was fit, but nothing else. Nothing else.
But like
Yeah.
all the girls are just obsessed with him.
Oh, every single
he-
one. That intro, it kind of reminded me
set the
of
bar too
like Unsolved Mysteries, their dramatic
Yeah.
recreations.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
John Walsh,
exactly
like
what I
John
thought of during this opening.
That's exactly what it looks like.
I read that
Witchcraft
this was not originally a witchcraft movie,
Really?
but
Oh.
they
That's
didn't know how to release it, so they just slapped the name on it.
And then they
Really?
just added the kitchen
What can we
scenes.
do
They
with
had the
this?
same house though. That's wild.
The movie starts out with this couple moving into this house, Professor Sexy MD, who has a history of having affairs with his students.
Yes, they buy an old house and move to a different state to try to patch up their marriage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
a
he had
marriage
an
from
affair
him.
with
You
a
know.
student.
And the first thing he does is
Bang.
invites a bunch of young students to the house.
Including the
Seems
one
very
on-
healthy,
and
Actively-
his new
She brings
boss
him
knows
6
about
cookies.
it.
dude. Every scene with him and the students, they're like touching him. It's like this is weird. Why do you keep touching him?
cookies.
Can I stop over later? I have a question.
So his neighbors come over, and they go down in the basement, and they find this like
This guy. This freaking guy.
Leak. They find a leak, man.
He's
Yeah.
the plumber. You're
Well, he's
not-
a
He's
plumber.
the guy from the
It's the
best in
Burbs.
the
He's the
state.
neighbor from the Burbs.
Honestly, it looked more like a glory hole.
We
Okay.
brought you a
Whoa.
drink. Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Jerry, what are you doing?
It's ridiculous.
So
Completely
Do you have a
ridiculous.
clip of her speaking?
No.
I kind of got like cousin Eddie vibes from him. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
We have at the opening of the movie a warlock being burned alive, right? And he turns into.
Did
a-
they
Quasimodo.
Or did
He's
they just
literally the
stab
most
him with
powerful
claws?
warlock
Yeah.
They
alive.
burn him alive.
His face
but
changes.
He turns into
He
a
turns
That was
Then he-
cool, man. Look at
That
that.
was a little
Damn,
fun
that was
little
cool.
effect.
That's
into a
the
rubbery
budget right
corpse.
That
there.
skeleton still had hair on it.
He's buried under this house, and so
He's
when
what?
he's buried under this house,
Well, he's in a crypt
Buried?
underground, and the house is built
No,
on top of
Buried
the crypt.
is the proper pronunciation. people.
buried. B-U-R-I-E-D. Buried. Not
Buried. It
buried.
would be like if you threw strawberries at him.
Yeah, like
Shut up, I'm Midwestern.
That's what the red light's from.
We bury people
I would say it's
here.
buried. Yes, you bury people. You don't bury them.
You bury them. It's a you.
Dude, that dream sequence, the first dream sequence he had, that was pretty
badass.
sweet. Yeah, I thought that was done really well with like the guy floating in the
creepy.
bathtub.
That
It's
was-
crazy. It's like it's too good for a witchcraft movie.
yeah,
Did you like
at
the
one
JPEG
point,
face? I wrote down JPEG face when he was
So-
attacking her.
The face change
Oh,
was
yeah.
fantastic, and I
Yeah.
could
Changed it to still image.
Oh,
It was
Yeah.
I have it in slow mo because it's pretty cool.
great. That is cool.
His
That
mouth
was
gets real
unexpected.
big.
Why does he have vampire teeth?
Ah, man, he like. It's just.
See,
too
can't you picture
confusing.
Greco there? You could. It's perfect
Yeah.
for him.
I wonder what all those
Spit. I
tattoos
constantly-
mean, because they obviously made several of them up.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah,
means
like that
That's,
one on his chest is
artist
supposed to
formerly known
have
as
some.
Prince.
That was cool.
that's the arts formerly known as Prince. Thank you, Smith.
Like
Oh,
he'll
that
be
was
in the
cool.
checkout
Look at
line
that.
and like
There's the
he'll
budget.
mix
at
up the
that.
groceries or something, and that's how
Dude,
they
this
pull him
movie
into
had
the
some
film.
cool moments though.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this had some cool moments.
We were getting to the end of this movie, and things still weren't resolved. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's 5 minutes left
Yeah, look.
The ending happened so quickly when it finally did.
They kill the warlock, but then he appears on the roof, and then the priest gets a thing through him, and then the neighbor is possessed, and then the warlock's back, and then they stab the warlock, and the wife is behind a thing. It just feels like there's story beats missing that were cut out. But then you get to the end credits music.
Oh god.
300 years ago, I used to run wild and free until they came.
Dude, they got Jack
Shine
Black for
down.
that?
That's so good.
But wait, it gets
Maybe
better
that's
as
the
the song goes
that
on.
the tribute is for.
Yeah.
Here's the rest.
Both the fire flew from my